Well, hello everybody. Welcome to another wonderful Monday night of Chewin the BBQ Fat. I tell you what, it's been a joy to do this. It's been a lot of fun these past couple of weeks um, that we've been able to have a round table. If you've missed it, go back and look at them. I've had people calling me, emailing me, messaging me about it and everything. So it's been a lot of fun. And I learned a lot. I hope you all learned a lot. And as I said before, the reason I wanted to do these roundtables was so that we could have, um, so you could go out and cook your next contest, and kill it out there, right? Like go out there and do the best you can. Um, and what's up, Todd? Let me turn my volume down. Sorry about that. And so what I thought about doing tonight is I thought about getting some of the best contests out there and let the organizers come on to talk about their contests, talk about what they've got going on. And then at the end of it, if y'all stay on, I want to talk to them about what it's like as an organizer. What is it that we don't see as cooks behind the scenes? What makes a contest go? So it's awesome. What's up, Travis? Man, I saw that backside of your house out there, your land. That looks awesome. Adam, what's going on? Gordon, Smiley, Todd. Hey, thank y'all all for coming on. If you're watching on Facebook, share it. If you're watching on YouTube, hit that subscribe, like button, whatever. I got to do all that kind of stuff. Hoping to do so at Smoking on the Falls this year. Yes, sir. We're Smoking on the Falls. We've got Janet on tonight. She's going to be talking about it. It's going to be a blast. Great idea. Who thought of that? I don't know, Trey. I don't know smoking sweetmeats, but all I know is I got some of the best friends in barbecue. So without further ado, I want to get into this because I want to see if y'all have questions. Jason Cole, back from Yellowstone country up there. Did you get to see all my buddies up there? Man, what's going on, everybody? Thanks for your comments. Let's get rolling. I'm going to bring on Jason Hardy. He is the organizer, the thoughts, the brains, everything behind Rufus Teague and all that. I mean, I talked about he's got 18 contests that he's involved in, right?
I'm a coordinator.
Coordinator. He's the coordinator. He's the offensive coordinator for all this. So, Jason, what's going on? Tell everybody a little bit about yourself, and we'll get into what you've got rolling.
Hey, thank you for having me on the show. My name is Jason Hardy. My team's Elite Barbecue Smokers. We've been cooking for a while now, and this past year we kind of got into the organizing side of it. We started with a Darlington Speed and Feed, and everybody's heard that story about how that and had to get relocated due to COVID. And then we found out that a lot of contests were just not happening just in the municipalities and stuff here. And we, as cook teams, we want to cook barbecue. So that led into putting together the Rufus Teague barbecue throwdowns. And we've had those to campgrounds and fairgrounds throughout the country. And that has been a lot of fun. And I think it's growing. Went from 6 last year. We got 14 this year. And then next weekend, we're actually got another type contest that's coming on the books. And it's the barbecue shootout. And that one is a double. And it has got a field that is just insane. And we're going to have that one. It's a little bit different format. And then later on tonight, we'll be announcing a new contest that's going to be in similarities to that.
Gotcha. It's going to be awesome. So this next one that you're doing, I'm pretty sure the next one you're doing is almost like the guinea pig type of contest, correct?
It's a guinea pig Ironman style contest.
Okay.
Not taking anything from either one of those contests because they both got a lot of following what they do. So what we wanted to do is we wanted to have a contest that can be as cheap as possible. And find out what can we do to be the least amount of money for somebody to get into it and cook. Because that's one of the conversations that cook teams have always had. It's just the expense of contest. And so one way to controlling that is to provide the food, provide the proteins. And logistically, that's very challenging to do, but that's something that we're working on. We've got a great team helping us put this together. Bob Johannes is the organizer for contests, and he's just been a godsend. And then some different teams are stepping up, just kind of helping provide their stuff. But the team contest is providing the meat, the protein, and where this thing's different than say an Ironman is you can't use no electricity. Well, the concept we had is rather than eliminate cook teams that use a pellet smokers or use a gravity smokers or use water smokers with a fan control system, basically have it be this way, saying You got to be self-sufficient. I don't care what you bring. You can bring a generator and run the whole crowd if you want to, but it's up to you to be self-sufficient. Bring your own water, your own power, and maintain it on the site so that whenever anybody can learn cook the contest. And we're doing a double. It's the cash in, cash out scenario we've been doing a lot of, and it has been a lot of fun. And I think it's going to be a really cool contest. We got some really cool trophies that we're going to post up later on. I don't want to spoil it for a lot of people, but I think there's some really unique trophies.
Yeah, I mean, everything you've done has been really unique, and I know you've got a lot of partners and you've got a lot of people in with you on this Rufus Teague deal, but the Rufus Teague is really it's taken off, and just the thought, like I love the campground aspect of it, so I think it's really cool. I haven't been able to cook them yet. Baseball is getting anyway. We won't talk about baseball tonight, but so tell me about Raleigh, North Carolina. That's coming up. You're full, correct?
We are full, yes. We have
How
20
many
teams.
how many of your contests that you're organizing right now are full or getting close to being full?
The first three contests are, I think, pretty close to being full. And when we say full, the one of the biggest things we got to look at that's been the COVID situation. It's not so much can we put more teams there, it's that can we put the judges in the location and still meet the guidelines. And that's been kind of a controlling factor for the amount of teams being brought in contests is just because of the COVID guidelines. So, and anybody out there, if you want to do a contest, you better sign up early because people are wanting to cook and contest is getting full, and it's getting the judging and everything else. Like I said, we limited what we can do with these situations, and therefore, I mean, it's going to be kind of slim pickings in some situations.
So that's kind of what I want to get into. I think everybody that we've got coming on tonight has either got full contest, reaching capacity, or but every one of y'all has the idea. If y'all don't know what he was talking about with the Darlington at the beginning, what was it, a year ago or so? I guess it was about a year ago now. You got to the contest, they messed y'all up at the beginning, and you made it happen. Within a day or two, you transferred sites to a campground, and the contest happened. So your goal as an organizer, as a coordinator, whatever you like to call it, you're going to do what you can to make it happen, correct?
Yeah, we done in 2.5 hours relocated the whole contest because of the COVID situation. It was not nobody's fault, and I can't. It's not Darlington's fault. They were awesome to work with, and they won't have back a contest. It's just that NASCAR took an approach that ultimately panned out to be probably the right approach, and shut down, said nothing in the racetrack. Well, I had teams there waiting to get in. We had teams from all over the place, and so let's find a place at the contest. And then luckily we got it with the Dorchester Slime Club down in Somerville, South Carolina, that had a contest there, and they said, yeah, come on. And I think we ended up having 32, 33 teams. We just moved down there, and basically that was the birth of the cash in, cash out situation, and kind of that was the beginning of the Rufus Teague series, and that's when they found out that we can make this thing simple and still have contest.
That's nice. So where can everybody go find all the different contests that you've got going? Is Rufus T? Where can they go to find your contest?
We're working on the Facebook page and websites. I'm thinking that the website is up, but the easiest place right now to find information out about it is just KCBS website. It's got the links in there to the work. It's links to the contest. They've got the Google forms to fill out to sign up, and when you do that, the organizers is going to be get the information that I'll send you in to do it. I think this year we're actually asking for a deposit, just because of the amount of teams we've got coming, and kind of when you start funding for 14, 18 contests, that's a lot of money out of pocket for somebody. Because I mean, every contest you do is a $400 sanctioning fee up front, and then you got to buy insurance, and you got to buy all this other stuff, put the money down on tables. If you ain't careful too long, you're out of some serious money before you ever have a contest.
Crazy. All right, so Jason, I'm going to bring you back on in a second. Okay. Thank you so much. I'm going to bring in Mark Porter. I know a lot of y'all are waiting to hear Mark come on, and Mark is at a firehouse. We got to make sure that nothing's going on. So I'm going to bring him on before he gets a call. How you doing, my man?
Good. What's happening?
Oh, not much, man. Thank you so much for coming on. I'm excited to hear what you've got going on. We've been talking for the past couple of weeks, and you are excited about your contest. So, Mark, go ahead and tell everybody what you got going on.
Oh yeah, we're all geared up and ready. It's actual contest is this year's an SCA steak and Kansas City barbecue. But to start off, April 29th, which will be that Thursday at 5:30 p.m., we'll have a KCBS judging class. And Mr. Randy Bigler will be coming in to teach that class. And then he'll just stay over and we'll go on into Friday morning, getting all the teams in set up. Friday night will be the SCA comp and the Cheeseburger comp. And then we'll go on into Saturday with the barbecue.
Awesome. You were telling me you have everything you can think of as a backup for a backup for a backup to make sure that your contest is going to happen, correct?
We have a plan A through Z. Yes, we've this contest is usually held in downtown Brookhaven, and that's the plan as of now. So, and I guess that's what everybody's biggest worry is, that there will be no comp. Which, hey, I'm in the same boat with those guys. As a matter of fact, me and my partner, which of course you probably won't hear this much from Southwest Mississippi, but my partner's at home in Boca Chica, snowed in. He wasn't able to make it up here tonight, but that's Adam Wallace, and we're secondhand smoke competition barbecue team also. So we kind of see things from both sides, and I know what it's like for people to try to plan their year out, the comps they're going to attend, and then we have something like COVID come in and just pretty much shut everything down. So, I mean, I've already spoken with several of our city officials, and they've assured, yeah, everything's a go, and hopefully this COVID is going to leave pretty quick, and we'll have, I mean, if we have to wear a mask, hey, it's like, it won't be nothing new. So if we have to throw a mask on, that's what we're going to do. But if something does happen, yeah, we have a plan B location that we're going to move to, and it'll be closed to the public and just be teams only. So we're going to have a competition one way or the other.
Right. So I'm going to see if I can't do this. I'm going to see if I can't pull up your, let's see. I'm trying to pull up your website here. If I'm any good at it.
And I think the easiest way to go to that, you type in Brookhaven Hog Wild. There it is.
There we go. So this is the website. This is Brookhaven. This is Hog Wild Barbecue, or Hog Wild in Brookhaven. Guys, sign up for this contest. We had a conversation. I wanted to come up. We wanted to be one of the best contests around in the Mississippi area. We got Van coming on also in a second. He's got some stuff happening in Mississippi too. But, you know, this is something I think is really cool to see, some stuff in Mississippi taking off when, like Mark was saying, everything around seems to be going away. So look at that. I'm getting good at this game, guys. I'll tell you what. So tell everybody else, what makes your contest special? Why should somebody come cook this contest?
Well, like I said, I mean, we started this contest, which this will be our 10th year. Should be our 11th year, but this will be our 10th year, and looks like it's going to wind up and be probably one of the biggest ones yet. So I hope I'm not wrong on that, because I've had a lot of people have called and signed up already. And I mean, they'll pay when they get here. So I've not got a problem in the world with that. Just as long as you show up. But I mean, like I say, me and Adam started this 10 years ago. We've met a lot of people. I mean, and we do whatever it takes to make everybody happy when they show up. And then now, once we've started actually doing competition cooks, I realize and see what it does take from both sides.
So I hear there, it looks like there's a lot of comments talking about trains. What's the story with all the trains?
Well, this competition is set up right beside the main line from, I guess you could say, Chicago, Illinois to New Orleans, Louisiana.
Oh, wow.
That'd be the only problem.
It doesn't sound like a problem. It sounds like fun. Maybe it's loud at night, but who knows?
Hey, but that's what I always say, Brian. I'm still a lowly old canopy cook. So hey, I set up all night babysitting an old stick burner. So hey, that's what I tell the rest of them. Just go with it.
Tell you what, I got some cans that you can get. You don't have to stay up all night. You can cook hot and fast. It really works good, you know. But anyway, that's cool, man. I'm hoping. What's so neat about this is doing Chewin the BBQ Fat. I've been able to meet a lot of new people, a lot of great people, and I really want to go cook and do some of these. But I'm into baseball, and let's tell you what, baseball seems to be killing me. We got baseball tournaments every weekend, I feel like, with 2 kids, but it's all good. We're still able to be a part of barbecue, and we love it. But if I get a weekend available, I'm coming to cook them. I've told you that, Mark. I've told Janet. I have Janet come on here in a second. It's just really it's something that I love doing, and I love getting out to see some new places around, and that's what competition barbecues allows us to do: get in some of these cool cities, cool places, and just explore what's out there. If I'm wearing the mask, I'm still in the pot. I hear you, Hank. I like it. Well, good. How can it? So we've already talked about what other ways can people sign up for your contest?
Well, they go to Brookhaven Hog Wild or my email, which is markporter500@yahoo.com. Send me a message over email. But I mean, you can also go to the KCBS website, the SCA website, and I mean, that's the several different places you can go sign up.
Perfect. Now, are you limiting the contest to a certain amount of teams?
No.
Okay. So that's and power, water, plenty of power, plenty of water?
Plenty of power, plenty of water.
Perfect.
We will
Awesome.
absolutely break our backs to satisfy each and every team.
Man, that's what I love to hear. That's one thing that's to me what makes a good contest is seeing the people really care. How many smoking sweetmeats? Trey Terry wants to know how many teams you have signed up so far.
I think earlier it was we're at 24 is what I had signed up.
Okay. 24, and your goal would be to have 50 or 60, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, so let's get them signed up. Let's get it knocked out. Oh, love it, Wes. Good to see you. All right, Mark, stay on for a little bit. If you got to go, we understand. I completely appreciate it. Appreciate everything. But I will bring you back on in a second. Thanks again. All right, so another contest that I've got. I've heard nothing but great things about this contest. Organizer Janet does an incredible job of working hard for the contest, working hard for the teams. I've heard nothing but wonderful things about the city of Gadsden. So I'm really excited about bringing Janet on. Janet has been watching our show. She's been a huge supporter of Chewin the BBQ Fat for a long time. And I'm just so glad and thankful that she's coming on tonight to talk about her show. So Janet, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. How are you guys doing?
Very good. Very good. Tell everybody a little bit about your contest, what you got going on, and where we're at with it.
All right. Well, we first of all, we are located in Gadsden, Alabama, which is about an hour northeast of Birmingham and about an hour and a half away from Chattanooga. So very good location. We are at Nockalilla Falls Park and Campground. We started this competition 12 years ago. Knew nothing about a barbecue competition. Just to kind of give you a little background, I was at a dinner with a guy that had come to work for our YMCA in Gadsden, and he just mentioned he was from Louisiana and that he did a barbecue competition. I was like, what is that? And he told me a little bit about it, and I was like, I'm going to bring that to Gadsden. And went back and told my boss, went and visited in Winchester at their competition, and well, the rest is history. Here we are 12 years later, and our competition went from 25 teams to, we have a waiting list of about 15 on a waiting list, and we have 86 teams signed up.
Wow, 86 teams signed up.
Yes.
That's awesome.
We started in the parking lot on the park side, and now we have moved over to the campgrounds. We are actually in the process of getting ready tomorrow. Kayla Fair and I are going to sit down and do a mock layout to see how many more teams that we can actually get in. Our problem is so many teams have such big rigs, and our campgrounds has several big spots, but trying to fit everybody in and make everybody happy, which is what we do too. Mark mentioned that we are city of hospitality. We are all about making everything work for everybody and trying to make as many people happy as possible.
Oh yeah, well I've heard that. Well, now you're in Alabama, so you got to limit the amount of backyard teams that come in if you want to get rid of some of those big rigs. If you want to have more, like the pros don't take as much room as the backyard teams do in Alabama. So you just need to limit some of those backyard teams and add more pro teams in there. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. But it is amazing what some of those backyard teams in Alabama, what they do, what they bring through, and everything else for contests. So, how many? You do have a big backyard contingent at your contest, correct?
We do, yes.
So, of the 87 teams, how many are backyard?
49.
49. That's amazing. And opening it up, are you going to open it up to more backyard teams, more pro teams? Does it matter? Or are you just trying to?
We're going to see what our situation is as far as what we can fit where. I've got a couple of guys that are on my pro team that have been with us several years. I am going to try to get them in. That's what I do. I am holding you a spot.
Thank you very much.
And we appreciate everything you've done supporting us. And then I've got a couple on the backyard too as well. But then you've got those guys that say, hey, I started in a tent and a grill. If you just get me a spot for that, we're going to do it. And of course, we're going to do what we can. We are trying to make sure that we do follow all COVID rules. I know everybody's asked me 100 times, are you sure this is going to happen? Are you sure it's going to happen? Same thing last year. We planned it. We're going to do it. Now, we did move it to September from April, for 2020. But, you take in everything that you've learned from COVID, what you can do, what you can't do, and you just have to go with it. And we've got a very, very supportive mayor and council, and they are all for us doing this event. My boss, Jen Wethington, she's great. She's all for it. And that's what we're going with.
Now, do y'all, I don't know this answer, but I should before I ask, does the city raise money for anything, or is this something that y'all do for the city of Gadsden as one of your fundraisers or something, or what's the goal or whatever for the contest?
So with the city of Gadsden, they allot us several different events to do, and depending on what the event is, we may have to raise money. We have several sponsors that help fund this event, and so we are very thankful to all of our sponsors, as well as the city of Gadsden, being a sponsor of this event. So
yeah, I mean, I've heard nothing but great things, and I was completely. I mean, man, I hear everybody saying "wow, wow, wow, ha, ha, ha." I was completely joking. I love backyard teams in Alabama. I've got a bunch of friends that do it. There's no cut down to that. I promise. But I do think it's great when you show up and you see all these gigantic rigs.
They're amazing. And I have a bunch of friends that come and compete in the team. I've made a lot of friends with the pros in the backyard. And with saying that, this past year, it was weird because our competition, we've always had a festival in conjunction with the competition. And in doing so with everything with COVID, and they changed all the rules, and it was strictly, this is a competition. We, don't want you to do anything, bring any public in. It really gave me a chance to really be more hands-on and talk with the competitors and get to know them a lot better. And I really enjoyed it. And, I've always said they're a bunch of great people that do this competition. But then when you really take time and you get to talk to them and get to know them, I'm so excited. I can't wait to see them in April. Every one of them, and meet a lot of the new ones, because we got 13 states that we're covering with our competition. So we're going to meet a lot of new people, get to see a lot of the old ones. So very excited.
Man, I'm hoping that I guess I need to back up. What weekend is your contest?
Is April the 10th.
April the 10th.
Yes.
And you might have already said that, but how can people sign up for your contest? I was going to pull it up, but I think I have to go to the City of Gadsden's website.
You can contact me at jterrence at City of Gadsden, or you can go to gadsden.recdesk.com to actually, get on there, get on our waiting list. And like I say, we're going to get as many people in there as we can.
Try and see if I can pull it up. I'm not real good at this. I'm not. Well, I should have had a plan beforehand. So how has getting judges been? I know that's been an issue for some here, and I'm going to talk about one of ours here in a second. Jim Lloyd couldn't come on, but how is the judges aspect of it?
This past year with COVID, it started out a little iffy. Of course, you've got those people who are going to drop out, drop in. But overall, we had a good turnout. Every one of our judges were certified judges. We feel really positive about going into this year. We've already got a list, I think, of 125, plus our judging class this weekend. Today is the last day to sign up. Randy Bigler will be here on Saturday to do that. We've got 38 signed up for the class. So if anybody wants to sign up for that, gadsden.recdesk.com. Go to events and go to KCBS judging class. That will get you all signed up. We'd love to have you. Of course, we are going to put those people on our judging list for the competition. So I think we'll be good to go.
That's great. So, I mean, it sounds like everything is on track. What kind of payouts or what makes your event different than some of the others out there?
I'm sure some of our payout is not as much as others, but I think we do have a good payout. We've got, grand champion for the pros is starting out at $3,000. I think one thing, a lot of people love our venue. Our venue, cannot be beat. Not only is it held at the campgrounds, but we've got Nakalula Falls Park on the other side. You've got petting zoo, a natural running waterfall, the legend, of course, of Nakalula, botanical gardens, train ride, a park. Then
I think your TV show, just there you go. The Bachelor's on. I'm sorry for ruining The Bachelor for all y'all. I guess that's back on these days.
I know. I had it on the news and I put it on pause when I was trying to get on. Sorry about that. And a lot of people just love coming. We've got our Black Creek Trail. So I think our venue is a very good draw. And then, like I said, we are the city of hospitality. We'd love to make sure that everybody is happy. And we have a lot of fun side competitions too. So.
Oh, really? Tell me a little bit about that.
We have a Cheeseburger in Paradise contest, and that is judged by the Jimmy Buffett Parrot Head Club. And it's a lot of fun. They get to present their cheeseburger, decorate their platter, of course, Jimmy Buffett style. And then this year we are doing a Buffalo Wild Wings drunk chicken contest, like the whole chicken, drunk chicken. And they are going to get to make what I'm calling the tipsy chicken cocktail. And we've got Old Smoky's whiskey and moonshine. They're coming on to help sponsor that event. So they're going to be there to judge cocktails. And so it's just, we like to have a lot of fun. I think that's why people love coming to our event.
That's awesome. I love hearing all the new things and that's what makes your event so good, right? You don't just think, hey, I'm going to put on a contest and be done. You care about it. You care what's going on. And from what I've heard, everybody has mentioned it, has talked about you, has said that you do an incredible job. So what if we're drunk when we prepare it, when we present it? Does that count? Wes Garrett, I love you, man. You're always thinking outside the box. But Wes also mentioned something about he's going to need those 2 extra picnic tables he reserved. So I don't know what he's talking about there, but Wes, he's always got something going on.
Oh, yeah.
Emily, thank you so much for watching tonight. Emily, KCBS, she's on. Thank you so much. Hopefully we're pushing your stuff. KCBS is doing some great things, and I love to see what's going on. I believe every one of our contests we are talking about is all KCBS. So is there anything else that we need to know about your contest before I bring you back on to talk at the end?
No, not that I can think of. We love what we do. I don't know if you know this, but I work for Parks and Rec. So events, that's what we're constantly doing. We're not just the one event, just Smoke on the Falls. So we work hard so others can play is our motto. So
I love that. That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for what you do for for your community. And that's one thing that everybody here, they all care about the community, and they all want more things for the community and to better where they live. So thank you so much, Janet. I'm going to pull you down, and I'm going to bring you back up at the end, because I have a bunch of questions that I'm wanting to ask you as organizers. So, all right. Thank you again. All right. So this next guy I'm bringing on, Van, I put a Facebook thing out and said, any organizers wanted to come on. He was tagged, so I decided to reach out to him. And Van, thank you so much for coming on tonight. Can you hear me good?
Yes, sir. Doing just fine. How are you doing?
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much for your interest in putting on barbecue contests and what you got going on. So, to be honest with you, I don't know exactly which contest you're pushing, but I want you to have an opportunity to push some contests that you've got going on.
Well, sure, and I appreciate you having me on tonight. I live in the city of Madison, Mississippi, and I put on several contests throughout the state over the years. And this year we decided to do one here in Madison. It's going to be called Back in the Blue Barbecue Contest. I am very big proponents of our blue, our guys in blue, and red responders and that thing. And so we want to put on a huge contest here inside the city limits of Madison, and have a huge officer appreciation dinner on Saturday night for any officer or first responder, anyone on the front lines, especially this last year in COVID, everything that they've had to go through, just for the community to give back and show appreciation to these men and women.
Nice. That is awesome. So what weekend is this competition?
Mine is June 25th through the 27th.
Okay.
Here in Madison. It will be a double KCBS.
Nice.
Looking forward to having, I can hold easily 60, 70 teams.
Okay.
And so we think we have a great location, and working with the city, the mayor, the alderman, Parks and Rec, they're all on board. They said, man, we would love to have this here, something great to kind of get people out and about again since all the COVID going on.
Nice. So is it going to be open to the public? It sounds like it'll be open to the public.
Yeah, open to the public. We're going to have some food vendors, some street vendors there to serve food. We will be, of course, socially distanced out, and everyone's been doing the social distancing for a year now, so everyone should know what their local city ordinances are. And I did a barbecue event last year, so a lot of the same teams said, man, we want you to do it again. We want you to do it again. The problem I've been having is finding venues large enough. Every venue we've done, we've always had to get a bigger and bigger and bigger venue, which is a great thing.
Yeah, that is awesome. So how many contests have you? So is this the one contest you do? You're just making it a double, or is this something new contest that you're bringing on?
This first one I've done in Madison. I did two in the city of Jackson, and it was called the Jacktown Throwdown, and we just simply ran out of space. We rented the entire Ag Museum in Jackson, ran out of space. Had the entire parking lot of a huge mall, ran out of space. So space was really, a problem, because like the lady before I said, some of these people come in large rigs, and you want to give these teams plenty of ample space to be able to do their things. I think a lot of people don't realize how much work and effort it goes into to giving these teams what they need. And all these teams reciprocate back to appreciation. And we try to do everything we can to facilitate each and every team.
Right. That's awesome. So you're doing the double. I was going to ask, and that's something I'm going to, when I bring everybody else back in, I'm going to ask about the doubles. As I know during COVID, especially last year, if anything came out, I feel like there was a lot of doubles that were happening. Is that what made you decide to make yours a double?
Well, honestly, I went to several teams. I called up several teams that came to my event last year, and I said, hey, you guys, what are you guys wanting to do this year? And so the best response that I could get was go back to the actual teams that competed in last year's event and say, what's the feelings of the teams out there? What are they wanting to do? And every team that I talked to said, if you could do a double, would be great, because so many of these events are canceling or postponing. So as many events as we can get under our belt. And while you're there for the weekend, why not do just another day? You've already got the facilities, you got the electricity, you got the power, you got the judges. Let's throw in another day.
Right. I mean, I love it. I think, especially if you're going to come somewhere, if you're going to drive from farther out, it makes a lot of sense to be able to be there for 2 days and cook and get as much in as you can. So that's really cool. I love that. And how can people sign up for it?
Well, we sent our stuff in. With this event just cleared the city of Madison.
Okay.
Our paperwork in, wait for KCBS. I'm sure they'll be snowed in for a week or so, like everyone else is. And as soon as that gets on there, will have a Facebook page, link up back in the blue, Madison, Mississippi. They go to that Facebook page to link up. They have my contact information on there, website, all that kind of stuff on there. And we expect to get a lot of teams to listen. Have a great time.
Good. Well, I know Emily's watching. She's, hopefully she can look at this and get that through and make sure that your contest happens. And get, the more the better right now. The more contests that we can get, the better. It sounds like, what, if people were to sign up for all y'all's contests, we'd be good. We've got Alabama, we've got South Carolina, North Carolina, Georgia. Well, I'll talk about the Georgia one. Mississippi, it's everywhere. I love it. I think if you could get out and continue going for it, she's looking forward to reviewing it. And Emily, while you're at it, I'm going to need to find out. I'm going to ask all these people. I'm in the process of getting together, trying to put on my own contest. So that's part of this is for me is I would like to know what it takes to put on a contest, what I need to do, because here in Georgia, I would like to see if we can't get a contest. I feel like, and I noticed every one of you are saying you're full, you're getting full. You've had more interest than you've ever had. So I just feel like right now there is such a need and a desire for barbecue that seems to be taking off. I love it. I think it's a great thing. And I appreciate what y'all are doing because you obviously care about barbecue, you care about your communities, and you're trying to give back. So I think it's a great thing what y'all are doing.
Well, yeah, it's a lot of fun. It is a lot of work, but after a while, these barbecue teams don't become competitors; they become friends.
Right.
They'll call you up on the weekend and say, "Hey, man, what are you cooking? I saw you on Facebook." So it's not just a one and done, and you see these people once a year. They become your friends, and they're not just competitors to you; they're friends.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm reading some of these comments. I think people are hilarious. But yeah, as a cook, that it's great. I enjoy going to these contests to see people and hang out with friends, and the competition part of it's a lot of fun too. But I enjoy spending time with friends and family and everything else, and having a good time with it. So
sure. We have a huge kids queue this year. We're going to do a ladies contest on Saturday. Cool. Open up our Joe versus Pro competition again this year, which always a lot of fun. The crowd really loves to see the barbecue guys against some of our local chefs. So that's always a lot of fun. But we look forward to having a large crowd. Everyone will be compliant through COVID, of course, and just have a great time. And let's get outside and do something.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I know I get to cook Sip and Swine here in a few weeks. It's going to be great. I got my first baseball tournament the same weekend, and it's going to be a lot of fun. We got baseball, barbecue. You can't ask for anything better. Sure. It's going to be great times. But well, good. Well, Van, so once Emily said she's going to be reviewing it, we'll get it going. We'll have it up soon. Check it out on Facebook. You said Back the Blue.
Yes, Back the Blue barbecue contest in Madison, Mississippi. As soon as we get all the paperwork in KCBS, get all that approved, we're going to get ready to shoot it up and start taking applications immediately.
Well, great. This, I love it. I love it. Y'all keep it up. Keep doing what you. And thank you for. I know Shannon post or tagged you in the in my post. So thank you for being willing to come on and push your contest. I really want all of y'all's contests to fill up and be the best contest you've had to forever or up to date. Because I'm just glad to see barbecue doing well. Jason Cole's on. I know he's got Smoke on the Shores coming up, and it's already full. How many teams, Jason, do you have going? I know you got a waiting list also. You filled out real quick. But anyway, all right, Van. Let me see if I can't bring back up Mark and Janet and Jason. So y'all be ready to. All right, look at that. We got all kinds of people on here tonight. First of all, I want to thank y'all for coming on. I do believe what y'all are doing is what makes barbecue go. Everybody thinks it's about the cooks and the judges and the reps and everything else. But if we don't have organizers out there doing what you do, none of it happens. None of it's going on. And without y'all, we're in trouble. So from me as a cook and as a barbecue guy, thank you so much for what y'all are doing. I do appreciate it. Chad Stewart's on. I guarantee he's wearing khakis. If y'all have ever seen him, Stu Baby's Barbecue, he is the best dressed barbecuer you will ever find at a barbecue contest. He's wearing He wears khakis. He wears a buttoned-up shirt. Never gets dirty. I think he's even got on penny loafers. Who knows? But a great guy. He said, cooking in khakis. So my question, and I would like to, and I'll ask, and I'll just randomly, Janet, what is the hardest part about putting on a contest?
For me personally, just because I want everybody to be happy, and I know you can't make everybody happy, but we get, just say we have the 86 teams, and they probably at least 60 of them have a special request, and I try to make every one of those requests happen. You know, I want to be beside Leela Q. I want to be beside Sweet Chicks, or, you know, my buddy Jiggy Piggy. I need, you know, we're going to help each other. And so my thing is trying to make sure that I accommodate everybody's needs and wishes.
Man, that's awesome. And that takes time and effort. I know every one of y'all said this. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work to put on a contest. Mark, what's the best part of a contest? Is what makes it work? What makes you want to do this for 11, 12 years in a row?
Like Van said, once you meet all these people, you cook at different comps with them, and then you have them show up every year, getting to see all these people over and over every year. And like back to what Janet and Van both were saying, like a lot of these contests, these cooks come out and support us. So a lot of people that are watching, it may not be cooks or organizers or anything to do with barbecue. When your community has these events, please be sure and help sponsor and make sure these events turn out good for everybody.
That's awesome. Jason, what made you decide to go out and not only do organize a contest, but put on a full-on Rufus Teague showdown events, whatever? You got a whole lineup. What got into you? What made you decide to do this?
Well, I've never done nothing small in my life, but I wanted to cook barbecue. And whenever the COVID situation happened, everything all of a sudden, we had went and took some classes. We had kind of got into our heads that we were going to do really well and go for it that year as a cook teams. And next thing I know, every contest that we were planning on doing, really looking forward to. I mean, Smoke on the Falls we went to last year was an amazing contest. I really want to go back out in spring and see that waterfall full bore next year. It was in the fall. It was a dry summer. But we done good up there. And we had just intentions to go out there and cook barbecue. And then when I'm sitting there looking at all the contests falling off the ball game, I'm like, man, this year ain't going to happen. And the way to get me to do something else, tell me it can't be done, and then I'm probably going to fail at it, or I'm going to make it happen. And when we started looking at the contest, we were like, Darlington happened, and we had to relocate, and we found out, oh, wait a minute, this thing can be done simple. And then we started talking with some campgrounds, and Pine Ridge and Roebuck was the first one that says, yeah, I'll work with y'all to do this. And next thing you know, we had 6 contests. Next thing you know, this year we got 14 Rufus Teague contests. And we got contests that have established contests saying, hey, let's kind of get into this with you. And next year I'm probably looking at breaking 20 contests for Rufus Teague. And Rufus Teague wants to go nationwide. Now I can't do that. I'm good at certain things, but carrying this nationwide format's not my forte. And then we started saying, let's do some contests that's cheap. And that's whenever the barbecue shootout idea started. And now we're going to have that one. And then later on, we're going to announce another one of those will come up here. So I just want to cook barbecue, man, and meet my friends.
I tell you what, it's been nice because you've been able to, in our area, you've been able to give a lot of different people an opportunity to cook contests when they wouldn't have been able to cook. And it's something that just came out. I don't want to say it came out of the blue, but it happened pretty quick. So that's awesome. Van, what is the process of, well, let me ask you this question. What is something that you wish cooks knew about organizing a contest that you think cooks take for granted?
I think one thing that they don't know about is how much we sweat getting 100% certified judges. We definitely want to have the best judges because we know these teams are putting forth their best effort. They're traveling sometimes hundreds of miles, spending sometimes thousands of dollars to cook quality barbecue. And we as promoters and organizers want to make sure that we have the people in place to correctly judge them and give them the scores that they deserve, not just something that someone thinks, oh, that ought to be a 7 or that ought to be a 9. That some people that really know barbecue and that really have a passion for this, give those people the scores that they earned.
Right. I like that. Mark, how much say-so do you have, or how often are you in the judges' tent when you're at a contest, or how often are you out with the cooks, or are you having to do something different?
Pretty much on me and Adam are usually pretty much on both sides. And let me say, Adam, hey, he's my co-chairman. Like I say, he cooks with me. If it wasn't for him, I'd forget my head sometimes. But we want to remind everybody, like we were talking a minute ago about these content. I don't know about any of the other organizers, but like us, this is to help raise money for Alzheimer's Association and the Team Autism. So people wondering, why do we put these on? Where does the money go to? There's your answer. But back to the actual contest. And I feel bad sometimes because Adam, he spends all the time in the tent with the judges while the judging takes place. I'm talking about through all 4 categories. So pretty much I stay out and just around with the teams, just making sure everything's good with all the teams.
Nice. I like that.
I do spend a lot of time with them. And yeah, Van, I've been told before that my chicken was too crusty. So I know, and like I said, I know what all this is about. So
more butter. Just kidding. Janet, you were nodding your head when Van was talking about the certified judges. What is something that you do? How do you go about getting judges for your contest?
Actually, I have a judge rep that takes care of it. She's been a judge with KCBS for a long time. And so she organized all the reps for me. So,
Gotcha.
She's made a lot of connections over the years. So it's very beneficial for me. And then we're having this class. So that's going to help her too in the long run. So
I think, Mark, you're having a judges class. Janet, you're having a judges class. Jason, you just had a judges class, if I'm not mistaken.
Is that a judges class?
You are too, Van?
I guess I need to.
Yeah, sounds like you might want to get in touch with them and have a judges class. I would love it. I know Emily was on. We had her on a couple months ago, I guess, and she was talking about the judges class, trying to get them more streamlined and everything else. And I'm all for that. I love it. I love the fact that I haven't been able to take a judges class because either something's going on or there hasn't been that many opportunities for me. So I'm glad to see y'all are putting on judging classes, and it's not just for your contest, right? It's not like, hey, come take a judges class and then we'll put you in. You're doing it beforehand, and you're able to make it to where these guys have an opportunity to go learn the right way and judge. With all that being said, Jason, I'm not going to ask you, Jason, because I know your answer. Janet, I'll ask you again. Who's more high maintenance, the cooks? I know how high maintenance we are, or the judges when it comes to a contest. Not that I'm putting you on the spot. Obviously, I've already made all the backyard teams in Alabama mad. So what the heck? Why not I just go at it, right?
I don't really think they're high maintenance at all. Backyard professional, the judges, I think they know what they sign up for, and they sign up at our competitions for a reason. Either they're a first timer and they're never going to come back, or either they're going to sign up and they're going to want to come back every time. So I don't really think that none of them are high maintenance. We do our best to, like I say, show everybody the best time they can. We want everybody to come back. And I think that's why our competition has been a success, and we've seen growth every year. So
That's great. I love it. I'm just Adam has said the judges. So there you go. We know your answer for your stuff. Jason, what do you do to get teams to come cook your contest?
Be consistent. Just be consistency and be consistency in having the judges, be consistency in having the prize money, be consistency in having the locations that will work. I think this coming weekend we got one at the shootout in North Carolina that has been the most inconsistent just from the weather and COVID. But probably, and then we've provided the meat for that contest, so that was been a very challenging contest to put together. But back to something that was said earlier, kind of get into one. I'd say a couple things here. If anybody wanting to put together a contest, create a core group of people that wants to work together. Everybody on here will probably tell you you can't do this alone. And I'll be the first one to say I'm a coordinator, I'm not an organizer. And you have to be able to take a group of people that has a common goal, and common goal is a passion of barbecue, and put together a contest. And then you got to go out here and you can find out locations. You can find locations with power. You can find campgrounds. You can find a parking lot. I mean, there's so many things you can do out there. There's different options to do it. But without a group of people that's got a passion for barbecue, you're losing. You're in a fight, losing battle. I mean, if you go out there and do it by yourself, then it's not going to be successful. I mean, because you can't be in two places at one time. Judging coordinators are a great thing. Everybody needs to have judging coordinators. The reps need to understand that when they're coming there, get them involved. I mean, we're paying KSBS some money, so get them involved with this. Get them to doing the jobs we need them to do. And the same thing is an organizer's perspective that's been involved with it. Now, granted, Bob's my organizer, so I'm kind of more of a, like I said, coordinator. Don't let them get burned out. We've all seen it right here. We all do contests. A lot of us cooking here, a lot of us do different things, but everybody in here has been in a job. And I always look at it as a new employee. Take a new employee. If you don't give them something to do, they're going to either leave you or they're going to be a bad employee. But if you got to go in there and put them to work, put them doing something other, but at the same time, you got to make sure you're not getting that person overwhelmed. I mean, Bob met me in Apex when I was shadowing the contest. The next thing you know, I got him signed up doing almost 11 or 12 contests he's organizing. I mean, he probably she never met me, but the point being that you got to have a team of people that can help you.
How many do you have, Van? How many people do you have helping you?
Well, I'm lucky that I actually have the Parks and Rec, which is a great organization I'm working with. But besides that, you got to have 8 to 10 people at all times helping you.
Wow. Mark, how many is part of your crew?
Anywhere from the day of, we have a committee, which is like 10 of us that do all the planning. I mean, the day of the event, I mean, there'll be anywhere from 25 to 35 people.
Wow. Janet?
Same for me. Parks and Rec, that is my department that I work for. So, and depending on whether or not we're just strictly a competition or like prior years that we've done the festival portion, it could be from anywhere to 25 to 50 people.
Wow. So I'm way behind in my planning for my contest that I'm hoping to have. So what is something that y'all want cooks to know? Because for most part, we have cooks watching Chewin the BBQ Fat. We have some judges and some other stuff, but for most part, it has seemed to be a cook's show. So what is something that y'all would like cooks to know or to understand? Mark, you're a cook. Yeah, go ahead, Mark. What would you like to say?
I mean, what they were talking about a minute ago is like, as far as these judging classes we're having, and this would be the best piece of advice anybody on here that has been a cook for years, but all these brand new cooks or people that's been cooking a year or two, that's going to be the best piece of advice you can take, is to go take a judging class. Just stop cooking. Do not cook again until you take this judging class. And that way, when you leave this class, you know what those judges are looking for.
Okay. Yeah. Anybody else have anything?
We done that class a few weeks ago, and we done a little bit different format. We had about 4 different teams cooking barbecue, competition quality barbecue, to give to the class. We asked some seasoned judges to give us feedback, so we were actually kind of mixing the two together, kind of practice cooking the judging class. But we sat in for the class itself, and there's things they talk about in that class as a cook never even thought about. So yes, you need to. I think anybody out there cooking needs to be able to go out there and do that. And like we said in that class, to do the judging class, and I'll ask y'all to do the same thing, is when I was talking with the judges, the people in the class, said, don't look at these comment cards as a waste of time or somebody's embarrassment on the internet. And I'll also say this: anybody that takes a comment card and says something bad about the internet, you're shooting yourself in the foot, period. But I told him in the class, I said, look at the comment card as a test. We gave you a product. Is it passed or failed? Take the comment card and give us back feedback so we know what to improve. Because if we fail a test and we don't know what we got right or wrong, we have no way to improve it to do it better next weekend. So always look at the test always look at the comment card as feedback for a test. And the other thing I would stress to every new judge out there and every team out there is don't be intimidated by the cooks, by these big rigs, whatever. We're just people. Put Richard on the same way. Go out there and meet with them and talk with them. And don't bring a cooler into the cook's tent, because if you come at me, I'll give you a 2.5 gallon bag full of barbecue. You can take it home with you. Be happy to. But my thing is we've got to get them to create this family, because we all share this passion. But it's like we got two people on different sides of the fence throwing rocks. They understand that they're going to knock each other out, and then they're going to be out of a job. So from a perspective of that, we've got to come together. And I think that's one of the things that have put the classes together, of working together with everybody and meeting new people, but get them to talking with the teams. Teams, talk with the cooks. I mean, don't clean up. Give 15 minutes after turn in and go talk with the cooks, with the judges. I mean,
that's awesome. Lynn, I love comments too. Comments are there. I mean, I enjoy reading them. I mean, it does help. And if you take it with a grain of salt and actually listen and look, they do help you. Emily, I would like to get in touch with Emily to find, like, this has been very informative to me as an organizer side of things. The next thing I would like to do is have reps come on and talk to reps about what does a rep do? What is the reps role like so once y'all have, Van, once you have this desire to have the Back the Blue double contest, it's brand new, now you go out and get your reps, right? Like, so then I would love to hear what the reps point of view is on all this kind of stuff. And I just still need to get the judges in to hear the judges side of things, because I want this, like everybody's saying, I want the passion to come together about barbecue, because I think this has been a very informative, intriguing show. After what we've done for the past 4 weeks, I think most of y'all have watched we've done the chicken, the ribs, the pork, and the brisket, and now it's like the reason we do this is so we can come to y'all's contest to do things. Without y'all, we don't have anywhere to go to do this. And without the reps, we don't have anywhere. Without the judges, we don't have anything. And Jason, as you said, we're all trying to hit one common goal of barbecue. We're all on the same page. We all need to be on the same team. It's all about what's going on. But Janet, I love to hear what you've got. You've got more than just, like, you're bringing in it sounds like you're bringing in your whole community, whoever the parrot, like you've got your parrot head crew you bringing involved, and you've got your whatever else, you're bringing more and more to it. So,
and there is one thing I failed to mention. Last year was our first year to, we got our fire departments involved in our surrounding cities, and we did a fireman challenge, and had just a separate competition for them. And they entered the cheeseburger competition, but it was like Firehouse Challenge. And so that was really good to bring them in. It brought some of the community in and their friends and family and their brotherhood in the fire department. So, they loved that. And we look forward to doing that again.
Don't be afraid to have them come up and meet the cooks. Don't be like, we love talking barbecue. As a cook, I love talking barbecue. So if somebody comes up to us and wants to hear about barbecue, I promise you we're going to talk barbecue to anybody that comes up, right? Like, I mean, so don't be afraid to sit back and introduce them to, you might want to talk to them beforehand, say, hey, do you mind talking to this fireman about whatever's going on? Because it's going to help that fireman in the long run. It's going to help us in the long run, because we get to talk about what we love to talk about, right? I mean, So as organizers, I think that's something that y'all can do, incorporate the cooks in more often. We all love barbecue and we love talking about it. So, but anyway, I know I've not just 11, just not between 11 and 1 o'clock. Right. Exactly. Yeah. That's a little bit busy time, 1:30 for us on KCBS. Yeah, I did. Yeah, Nicholas, I love talking barbecue. Yeah, and Jason, you like to talk barbecue. Mark, I guarantee you'll talk barbecue. You probably even talk barbecue to a lot of people too. And as an organizer, you know more about barbecue than most people do. So it's great. It's great. Well, I know I've kept y'all along for a long time. Thank y'all all for watching. If y'all have any questions real quick, go ahead and shoot them in the comments. I'll get to them. But Van, real quick, go ahead. Tell one last time. Tell them about your contest and the best way to get in touch with to get signed up.
Yeah, it's called Back at the Blue Barbecue Contest in Madison, Mississippi. It's on June 25th, 26th, and 27th. It is a KCBS double. We're looking for 60 teams at least. I can probably hold 100, but I don't want to get that big this year. I think we can do 50 to 60 teams. Will be a great weekend. As soon as it gets up on the KCBS website, which will hopefully be in the next couple of weeks, I'll have an application attached to it. Want all the cooks to go on there and look at it. I know a lot of these cooks that are probably on there tonight have come to some of my competitions. I know one of the best things about the competition is about 10 o'clock on Friday night when everybody's there and there's smoke in the air, that we as organizers kind of sit back for just a few minutes and catch our breath and see all these great men and women that have come to your contest and really appreciate everything that they do. So, just be looking for it on the KCBS website as soon as possible. We're excited to bring it to Madison, my hometown, and I look forward to having a great time and treating the officers to something special.
Nice. Mark?
Yeah, well, we did take a 6th place in brisket advance comp last year, so we'll be expecting the same thing this year. But, no, it's Brookhaven, Mississippi, Hog Wild Barbecue Cook-Off and Family Festival. It's April 29th, which is that Thursday. We'll have our judging class begin at 5:30 that evening. Go into Friday where we'll have the SCA steak competition, the Kids Q, which is put on by SCA. And then we'll go into Saturday, May 1st with the actual KCBS side of the comp. And you can go to brookhavenhogwild.com, or we have a Facebook page, which is Hog Wild Cook-Off and Family Festival, and sign up on either one of those or to Kansas City website or SCA website.
There you go. You got it covered, Mark. I love it. How many of y'all, I know Janet's having a backyard. Van, are you having a backyard?
Not this year. I kind of want to see how everything goes, just being in a new venue. We definitely have space to do it, but since it is a new venue with COVID, make sure that I'd really do one thing really, really good, then 2 or 3 things kind of halfway. So I want to make sure we get this barbecue contest going, established, and then in the future years keep adding and adding to it.
Okay. Mark, do you have backyard?
No.
No. Okay. All right, Jason.
We got a lot of them on the books. We got Rufus Teague events, and we got 14 this year. We got a couple people talking about adding a couple more. We're gonna have 14 part of the Rufus Teague Shootout Series and Throwdown Series as far as the series championship. I think the best 8 or 10 out of that goes into it. You look at the website for that information. Next weekend we've got the North Carolina Shootout in Raleigh, in Zebulon actually, and it's full. And that's when we're providing the meats. And on May the 21st, 22nd, we're going to have another shootout. It's a brand new contest that hasn't yet been posted, and it's going to be in Evans, Georgia. And that's going to be providing their own meat, and that's going to be basically the Ironman style. So you self-sufficient.
I'm sorry, real quick. So the Evans, Georgia is going to be the same as the one this weekend. It's going to be an Ironman with food. Okay. And what weekend is that?
Sir?
What weekend? What?
May the 25, 21, 5, 22.
Okay.
And
All right.
21st, 22nd.
Okay.
The
Awesome.
double shootout. And we've got all kind of things we're putting together with new contests and stuff here. One thing here that I would like to point out is the people watching this, and if you know somebody here, don't be scared to put on a contest. Don't be scared to and keep it simple. Get 10 people together and have a contest. 12 people together. Just get together and just have a contest. Once you figure out how to do this and go through this and work through this, then all of a sudden it gets simpler. Then it can grow and then you can do it. But the only way this KCBS can continue to grow is to have more contests. And don't be scared if you've got a contest that's 150 miles. It's going to bring in teams. That's fine. Let them bring in teams. Everybody's looking somewhere to cook, so you'll still get teams out there. So just don't be concerned, but look at it and make it happen. If I can ever help you, let me know.
Awesome. Janet?
Okay, we got Smoke on the Falls. It's going to be April 9th and 10th. And we are full as of right now, but we know how this happens. I mean, with everybody, with COVID and work and everything. So please, please, please go to gadsden.rakedesk.com and get added to that waiting list. Like I said, we are going to be doing a mock layout tomorrow. So we're going to be inserting some people here and there, seeing what who all we can put in spots. So don't be afraid to get on the waiting list. We want you there. And, Gadsden's a great place. It's held at Noccalula Falls Park and Campground. So lots of things going on. Not only do we have our competition on the campground side, we have an art festival going on the park side on that same weekend. So it's a great weekend to be at Noccalula.
Man, sounds awesome. I really hope I can make it to all of y'all's contests. But it's really, I appreciate what y'all are doing. And real quick, for those that have asked about backyard, Glenn said September 24th, there's a backyard double in Ashland, Virginia.
Let me talk about that one real quick.
Okay.
What Glenn's talking about is the Rufus Teague series. We got 4 backyard contests this year. The Zombie Lands, the one come on, Zombie Q's come on. They're gonna have backyards gonna be the series championship there. Glenn and me are talking about it, and it is getting the he's more than likely to be part of Banjo BBQ, and he is going to be part of Rufus Teague. So we're gonna be having 6 backyard Rufus Teague barbecue throwdown events included in our other contests this year.
Okay, awesome. Man, that's great. And then we've got Doug, who does Banjo BBQ. It used to be Memorial Day weekend. It's not going to be Memorial Day weekend. If you remember last year, it was Labor Day. He says it's most likely been Labor Day, and it was a double last year, and I'm sure it will be a double again this year. Doug, if not, I just made it that way, so make it happen for us. But a great contest out in Evans, Georgia, Banjo BBQ. One contest I need to talk about, Jim Lloyd with Sip and Swine was supposed to be coming on tonight. His power went out. It's a great contest. It's full. Also, put your name on the waiting list. They're trying to get through everybody they can to get as many teams as they can. But their issue has been getting judges. So judges. I mean, the more teams we get in, the more judges you need. So if you're a judge and you're looking to go judge a contest, check out Sip and Swine March 6th, 5th and 6th, 6th and 7th, somewhere around there. Great contest, and that's coming up soon. So, all right, y'all. Thank y'all so much, all of y'all, for coming on. I know I've kept y'all a long time tonight, and I appreciate everything you do. Thank y'all for all watching. Thank you for the comments that y'all have had. But get out and cook. The whole reason we did the whole roundtable thing about all the different categories is so you could get out and go cook in these wonderful contests. And we've outlined there, these 4 have a great contest going on. There's many more contests that are out there. Check out KCBS's website for KCBS. There's other sanctioning bodies that you can get involved in. Go cook, go enjoy yourselves, and just do what you need to do what we all love, the passion of barbecue. And y'all, thank y'all so much for coming on. If y'all want to hold on for a second, you can stay on. But if not, we will see you next week on Chewin the BBQ Fat. Hopefully I'll be able to have some reps on. We'll see. But thanks again, y'all. Y'all have a great night, and we will see you next Monday on Chewin the BBQ Fat.